So today we have yet another awesome incense from SHROFF Incenses, and this is, we'll see what this is. Namaste all you fragrant people, and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So we have Shivosmi here today. She really wanted to be a part of the video. So she'll be here and she'll just be here. Okay? Yeah. So the incense, you'll also talk. Okay. So what we have today here is Agar Sandal. It says semi-dried premium hand-rolled incense sticks, and this time the designer thought it fit to give it a purple color. So this is what we have, and of course it goes with the theme. So we have this purple color, and like every other packaging, that's simple packet, and this is for 25 grams for 135 rupees. Of course you're going to get it at a much discounted rate on scenting-secrets.com. Apply the code DJ7 to get an extra 7% off. So this is the incense, Channa Basappa and Company. This is the one, and like every other pack, this also is in a butter paper, and so 25 grams 25 grams converts into a what, I think 10 13 15 something like that. So 15, around 15 incenses. I've used quite a few because of course I had to try them. So this is what we get. Now the incense that we get inside are these nice hand rolled incenses, 9-inch, and you can see the undulations on the incense, and like it says semi-dried. So this is drier compared to the other two incenses that we have seen, the vanilla balsam and the champa one, and of course and the javadu one also. And this is darkish in color, so this is more of a black kind of a color, and the powder that's there is
masala freak. It's a masala incense.
It's a masala incense, and it has some grey kind of masala on this. So we can see that, and of course the bamboo core is, I think it's green in color. Oh, I had a feeling it's purple in color. So this is green in color. It's dark green, bottle green, whatever we call this. So this is what we there. And of course, going by the incense, the length of the incense and the make of it. Why I'm saying make is because the usual dipped incenses will last for 40 minutes or so, but the masala ones will go beyond an hour, so around 60-65 minutes. That's what we have. So this is what we get, and it has a nice oud feel. So the oud is there when you smell the top note. The oud is there, and there is one note of something dirty that I don't know. I think probably it's a dry down of oud or something. It's a little dirty.
Let me smell. Yeah. To me it smells.
So that's what we get. That's the only note I can get of it, and that's the only note that I can get from this. I do not get any sandal incense in this, sandal fragrance in this. Probably the oud is overpowering the sandal. At least not in the top note. That's not what I've got in the top note. If you have tried this incense, and if you have tried exploring the top note to just sniff the dry incense, unlit one, just let me know what has your experience been with this. To me, I do not get any sandal fragrance in the dry incense as such. But when we light up the incense, you do get just a little bit of sandal. So it's like, I think the oud is overpowering, or probably I can smell more of oud in this, and I hardly get sandal fragrance. So sandal is like almost non-existent, but you do get a whiff of sandal here and there, and even in the overall blend you can feel it at the base just a little bit somewhere, but more of it is agar. So like they said, agar sandal. The sandal to me seems non-existent almost, and just let me know what has your experience been with this. If you have tried this incense, did you find the sandal note in this? I did not find it, even though I consciously smelled it and looked for the sandal note in this, because it's an agar sandal, so I was looking for sandalwood. Of course, because I do not like agar as such, oud, so I tend to get that fragrance, I tend to pick it up more. So, and otherwise also I guess when compared to sandalwood, agar is a more deep, more heavy kind of a fragrance. Agarwood is comparatively lighter, and when you say sandalwood, to me, that I am like mostly transported in to a temple where we have many priests worshipping Lord Shiva, and agar but when I smell agarwood, the oud, it comes across as more of a dark, deep fragrance, something which is like heavy. It's like that. In Sanskrit, the word aguru means something that is not heavy, but I don't know, to me this fragrance sounds really heavy. So that's the kind of note that I can get here. That dirtiness that I had smelled in the top note is not there. So what I most prominently smell in this is oud. It's like pure oud note with just hints of sandalwood here and there throughout the incense journey. Not really something which is like clearly visible. It's not, you cannot really smell it and say that there is a note of sandalwood in this. What you get is clearly an oud note in this. So that's what we have here. Now if we talk of intensity, even though this is oud, the intensity, what if you like, otherwise if you get some oud incense which is like typical oud, the incense intensity would be like, the fragrance intensity would be more than 5, but this is just about 5. So this is like a mid intensity fragrance. So it doesn't attack your senses, doesn't smother you, doesn't pounce on you, and doesn't make its presence felt like really violently. It grows on you like most of the incenses, most of the SHROFF incenses. It grows on you with that unmistakable oud fragrance. So if you are an oud enthusiast, you would know that this is an oud fragrance. So that's the kind of intensity this has. If we talk of diffusion, the diffusion capacity is really good. The diffusion bubble was big enough, the sillage was big enough. I could smell this incense in that same uniformity throughout. So that's the kind of diffusion it has. The capacity is really nice if you have to light this up out somewhere, or in a place which is like a huge hall or something where you have a big gathering, some kind of a spiritual gathering or some kind of an intellectual gathering also. This would be a good one. So the diffusion is really nice, the capacity is good. And if we talk of retention, the retention was good, but not as much as vanilla balsam. So vanilla balsam was for around 12 hours or so. And even though this is an oud fragrance and I really do tend to smell oud for a long time, to me this was around say 8 to 10 hours. So probably an active retention of 4 hours or so, and a passive retention was that overall retention journey. Once the incense journey was complete, once the incense has been through, the retention was for around 10 hours or so. So that's the kind of retention this is. To many people this would come across as a nice good retention, which really it is. And so if you do not like oud fragrance, I would definitely not want you to go for this. However, if you like oud blends and if you like mild kind of oud fragrances, you would definitely want to go for this. So this is actually going to be good for somebody who likes oud but in a mid mild form. So like not strong oud and neither something which is like non-existent. I say oud is not a fragrance which will be non-existent. In any blend that you have, oud is going to overpower. So that's the kind of incense this is. Now to me, because everybody, I mean all of you know by now that I do not really like oud incense, so I am not going to repurchase it, and for that reason I'm going to give it a star rating of 3. I had expected more of sandal, but I don't know why I expected that, because wherever oud is there, oud really overpowers. So 3-star incense for SHROFF Agar Sandal, but a really good one for people looking for nice oud fragrance, nice blend of oud which is nice and mid mild and not really something that is going to overpower you. overpower your senses. So that's the kind of agar sandal from SHROFF Incense. That's the episode that we had today. Now the quiz that we had last time was, what is the purpose of Javadu powder? So the purpose of Javadu powder, which is body incense, is to take your senses in that samadhi state, in that extra, when you're doing a sadhana or a meditation. So it takes you to that highest state of mind. And most sadhus and rishis in India use this to further their experience of sadhana. So whenever they sat for meditation, where they had to, sadhana is a particular term which is, when you take a particular mantra and you do it for a certain period of time with a certain kind of discipline, that's called sadhana. So whenever people would do sadhana, they would apply this on their body to get into that higher state of mind. So that was and it is called samadhi powder because it gets you in that highest state of meditation, which is samadhi. Samadhi is also something which many of those realized beings used to do it to get rid of this physical body. That's a different subject. We can just discuss it sometime. So for now, just know that the purpose of Javadu powder was to get the user to a higher state of mind. So that was the purpose of Javadu powder. Now the quiz that we have today is, just let me know which is your favorite agarwood incense, and I would like to just let me know, because I really want to know what kind of incenses in oud do you like. So do you like something which is like nice and strong? Do you just like blend? Do you like something which is like mid-mild like this one? So just let me know which is your favorite oud incense. So that's the quiz for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you learned something from it. If you think somebody is a fan of agarwood and blend, like this, and would want to buy this incense, just let them know about this. Let them also know that you can buy it from scentingsecrets.com and apply the code DJ7 for an extra 7% off. So if you like agarwood and sandalwood, you might want to watch one of these episodes. And this is Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching this episode. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.